Hey there, friends and subscribers! Welcome back to the Dark Souls 3 boss fight series. This is our longest video for boss fights since the Rotted Greatwood, which is, I think, the only time where I've only recorded one boss. Usually these boss fights take about 3 to 4 minutes. Rotted Greatwood took 15. And let me tell you, in my personal opinion, I think the Rotted Greatwood is the worst boss fight in Dark Souls 3. Back in the Deacons of the Deep video, I said I never really was dissatisfied with any except for Yorm. No, Rotted Greatwood is absolute shit. I mean, it's still a decent boss as far as bosses go. I mean, like, there are bosses out there in other games that are just like, why the fuck did I even do this? Or just dumb and challenging in all the wrong ways. But the Rotted Greatwood is not fun and not challenging. It's just irritating. So yeah, that's how I feel about the Rotted Greatwood. But anyway, this is the Ancient Wyvern, Ancient Wyvern, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think Wyvern sounds better. And I think I haven't really read D&D creatures as much as I wanted to. Look how close, holy crap. But I feel like wyverns and drakes are like subspecies of dragons. They're obviously dragons, but I think they're like the subspecies. Not as powerful, don't have as much power or skill, but they're still part of the dragon species. Anyway, this boss fight, I think, had potential. This whole part of it is really annoying, just because I'm just running past enemies. That's all I want to do. I want to get to this boss. I want to kill him. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that fast is if I run past all these enemies. But Dragon Arch Peak, I think this place is called, is an extremely beautiful area of Dark Souls. It's nice to see a well-lit, pretty place. It's a nice breath of fresh air because the rest of the game is very dark, very dim, very depressing. And this area is just like cool. It's just interesting and it's fun, and like I said, just the sun is just shining all over the place. And it does feel very ancient. It feels like a lost ruin, which I think was the direction they were going, because if you pay attention to the lore, this is theorized, this is the place where the Fallen King, the first son of Lord Gwyn, was exiled to. Lord Gwyn, fought the dragons, he hated the dragons, and his son, the Nameless King, which, so much shame in what he did, I guess, that, his name was either taken from him or, he might just not want people to know who he is. Something like that. But yeah, this is where the Fallen King was exiled to. It's theorized that he spent his time here to rebreed, I guess, the dragon species, because they're next to almost killed off by us, or the humans, as well as Lord Gwyn's army and things like that. So, very last of the, the dragons, they're mostly here. We see some of them in Lothric, very few though. There's a lot of dragon statues here. We've got these snake warriors, which I guess snakes might be related to the dragon family, who knows. But let me talk about the fight against the Ancient Wyvern. I think it had potential to be cool. It's very different. There's really nothing like it in this game. You can, if you want to, slash at its ankles and do next to no damage. But if you decide not to, and you do some platforming, I guess, I don't know, some running around, enemy killing, all that stuff, dodging obstacles, whatever, I don't know. if you want to trek all the way up here, which you're going to want to do, you can kill the Ancient Wyvern in one hit. You know, a downward thrust to the head. And so I feel like that's cool, but I don't think it should have killed the dragon in one hit. I think maybe it should have brought the dragon down 3/4 health or something like that, and the rest of the fight you did have to do on the ground. That would have made the boss fight more challenging, more interesting, because it's just kind of like disappointing where that's it, you know, one hit and I'm done. You want to have a satisfying dragon boss fight, because dragon bosses are rare in this game, or rare in this series, and when you do fight a dragon, I feel like it's supposed to be this crazy event and, you know, like this legendary encounter. But let's talk about this fight. Oh my god, I never noticed that. The dude named him... Wait a second. Okay, that's not Solaire, is it? Because from what I know, Solaire died in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, it's not... I don't think so. I mean, I'm gonna have to look that up, because that's pretty strange. I mean, like, if you plan out, you know, your whole game to get all the Solaire armor. By the way, if you didn't know, which you probably did, because the game's out for a while, if you're a Dark Souls 3 fan at all, but to get the Solaire armor, there's a bird on the top of the Firelink Shrine. It's an invisible bird in a bird nest. You give it items and it will give you armor. In order to get all of Solaire's armor, you gotta give a homeward bone, you gotta give a lightning urn, you have to give a vertebrae shackle, and oh man, I forget what the fourth one is. But let's talk about the Dragonslayer armor. The Dragonslayer armor is actually just armor. It's armor animated by the flying pilgrims, butterfly pilgrims, I think they're called. I don't know. Yeah, it's animated by them. They, you know, brought the armor back to life, and there's no person or body in there at all. So that's interesting. But I am still too afraid to fight this guy on my own. I think I'll try it once. I mean, I've got 28 embers, so, you know, I'm not going to get myself killed 28 times and then have no way to summon help. But I have definitely beaten a lot of bosses that I haven't beaten in my first playthrough, but, you know, I got all this new armor and great sword at level 10 with refined gem and all the Faram armor and stuff like that. So of course it's going to be easier to beat other bosses. I was really excited because I beat the Dancer of the Boreal Valley on my own 1v1. I beat, what was the other one that I was trying to upload? I don't know, but there were two bosses that I was really proud to beat on my own. I beat the Watchers of the Abyss, the Abyss Watchers, which almost made me quit Dark Souls 3 when I first got it, because I didn't know how to summon players, and beat that guy on my own was impossible at the time. So I was like, well, I guess I'm retired from this Dark Souls as well. But I've beaten the game, and I'm gonna beat it a second time, and I'm gonna beat it a third time, because after, you know, each boss has two different transpositioning weapons or shields or magic spells or whatever, and after those two you can turn them in for their soul. I mean, you can turn them in whenever you want, but it's not recommended to do that. Get all their weapons first, get all those special weapons. But, you know, after all those items are acquired by me, I can turn in their souls for a lot more, you know, souls to accumulate, level my guy up even more. Right now I'm at 90,000 souls in order to level up once. But luckily, each playthrough, each journey you do, you get more souls from each enemy you kill. I can get about 30,000 souls in, like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe. So yeah, that's cool. I'm really excited. My strength is at level 50, my health's at level 40. I've got all these rings that increase my health, vitality, endurance, strength, dexterity, all this stuff. So I'm packed for a punch, whatever. But yeah, be excited because the next two ones are gonna be Lothric and the Soul of Cinder. Unless, you know, there's an optional boss I missed. Oh yeah! Fallen King, or whatever, Nameless King. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.